The beach. Popular summer vacationing destination. Among the multitude of people tanning on the beach and the many children splashing in the water, rages a ferocious battle between the shore and the waves which crash against it. As these waves crash against the shore, they pick up tiny grains of sand. These particles then become suspended in the water column and are subjugated to the will of the waves and the motion of the ocean. These particles are either taken out to sea or along shore on their journey.
In this visual, created using the Ad-Cirque-Swan model, you can see the movement of sand particles both along the shore and out to sea over a 1-month time period. This longshore transport facilitates the removal of large amounts of sand from Brevard County's beaches. If nothing were done about this loss of sand, many homes and businesses would be at risk during the next large-scale weather event.
Here in Brevard County, there is a beach renourishment project in process due to the occurrences of Hurricanes Matthew and Irma, as well as typical longshore transport. In a beach renourishment, large amounts of sand are placed in select locations, and it is then distributed down the coast via longshore transport. In doing this, the sand becomes a physical obstacle, preventing damage to structures and allowing for more beach to be used both by people and the environment.
When considering whether to complete a beach renourishment along the coast of Florida, there are a few variables to keep in mind. The first being how frequent a beach renourishment needs to occur. Olson Associates, Inc. was tasked by Brevard County to do an economic study on beach nourishment alternatives along the southern coastline of Brevard. This 14.5-mile stretch beach is known for large amounts of commercial properties, residential properties, and turtle nesting areas. This shore area also features one of the few nearshore reef systems in Central Florida.
Of the 14.5-mile stretch, roughly 388 properties are on the beach. Of these, only 4 have some sort of protection from a storm event. If nothing is taken place, roughly $30 million worth of damage will occur along the coast. Of that, $20 million is just in property damage.
Roughly 60% of the ocean front has a structure on it, which has resulted in a total of $665 million in oceanfront property. Olson Associates created a sensitivity analysis, which outlines the predicted benefit to cost ratios from their study. A 25% assumed increase in project life increases predicted benefits and benefit to cost ratio by about 20%. A 25% assumed increase in the property values increases predicted benefits and benefit to cost ratio by 20%. Therefore, the relationship is uniform. Consideration of a 15 and 20-year analysis horizon relative to a 10-year horizon increases project benefits and benefit to cost ratio by a non-uniform amount, variably between 30 and 85% depending upon the location and time scale. Consideration of periodic renourishment versus one-time project construction does not appear to significantly change the conclusions of the study.
There are also several environmental concerns that have arisen during the Brevard County beach nourishment projects.
Here at the Midreach, one of the largest issues with the beach nourishment is the covering of the coquina rock. The coquina rock is home to over 1,000 organisms and helps to improve biodiversity near the water.
There are large deposits of coquina coral rocks in Paradise Beach. The current beach nourishment project will cover most of these coquina rock outcrops. County officials have attempted to mitigate this problem by installing artificial reefs offshore. This solution has caused local citizens to be concerned that the artificial reefs will interrupt the surf climate. However, designers of the project have suggested that these reefs will not disturb the natural wave climate. Another major environmental factor when designing nourishment projects is the impact the project will have on turtle nesting. Brevard County is one of the largest sea turtle nurseries in the world. This causes most projects to be limited both in areas they can be implemented and the time of year when the projects can be performed. Beach nourishment projects are often designed for the typical wave climate seen in Brevard County. So, when a large storm event impacts the beach, large portions of sand are removed from the beach. Another large concern is the quality of sediment being placed on the beach. Sediment quality is either too coarse or too fine for the beach, which is affecting the lifespan of the project. Previous renourishment projects have used sand that was too fine for the wave climate of the beach it was placed on. As a result, after one small storm, most of the sediment that was placed on the beach was eroded away, and all progress made by the project was removed. There are several sediment sources that have been used in the past. There are also several offshore sources that are used to nourish the beaches, such as Canaveral shoals. A large issue with some of these sources is that they are in water too deep for American dredging ships to reach, or they are in federal waters. Sources in federal waters can only be accessed by federal agencies, such as the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers.
In this beach renourishment, about 228,000 cubic yards of sand are to be placed over a 26.6 mile length. This equates to about 16,300 dump trucks full of sand, or about 5 cubic yards of sand for every yard of beach.
The southern stretch of beaches, a 12-mile length from Spessart-Holland Park to Sebastian Inlet State Park, is set to receive 67,000 cubic yards of sand, costing approximately $2.5 million. The mid-reach area, a 7.6-mile stretch from immediately south of Patrick Air Force Base to Flug Avenue, is set to receive 36,000 cubic yards of sand, with an estimated cost of $1.3 million. Additionally, in the stretch from Pineda Causeway to Flug Avenue, 125,000 cubic yards of sand will be put down, at an estimated cost of $4.6 million. These costs include not only the installation of sand, but also planting sea oats, the acquisition of permits, and the engineering required for this project.
As part of the renourishment, the dunes here have additional plants in front to increase the area of the dunes that are on the edge of the beach. The roots of these plants are intertwined as they grow older and allow for the beach to have a more secure backdrop for when waves are coming across.
Initial inspection of the project shows that it was a success. The beach has been widened, and plants have also been placed on the new sand near the dune. This will help to solidify the dune and give more protection during the next large storm event.
Beach renourishment is not a long-term solution, however. It is a way of saving the beaches and their existing profile. The use of beach renourishment increases the width of the existing shoreline, helping to protect from erosion and structures in the surrounding area. Beach renourishment can take several years to implement, typically 2 or 3, and can last for several more after that, depending on the conditions. Eventually, the sand will erode again and diminish the beaches that are so cherished, requiring a new beach renourishment project. This process helps to keep the beaches in a quasi-equilibrium state and accommodate the tourist population that many of the beachfront communities cater to. As the water fights against the shore, sending sand down or offshore, the beach renourishment projects help to ensure that there is always a sandy shoreline to fight against.